The New York Knicks walked into San Antonio for Game 2, riding an 11-game playoff win streak after stealing the series opener on the road. The Spurs knew the math. Dropping the first 2 games at home is a near-guaranteed death sentence in the NBA Finals. Facing that reality, they opened Game 2 playing with pure, unadulterated desperation. To disrupt the Knicks' rhythm, San Antonio deployed a hyper-aggressive half-court trap. Noticed how they immediately collapsed 2 defenders onto the primary ball handler, cutting off the passing lanes to force chaos and dictate the pace. It worked perfectly. The pressure caused immediate turnovers, and before the Knicks could blink, they were staring down a double-digit deficit that quickly swelled to 12 points. New York's captain and primary offensive engine, Jalen Brunson, hit a wall. The Spurs' extreme physicality threw off his timing, and he struggled to find the bottom of the net. If New York couldn't solve this trap and buy Brunson time to recover his shooting stroke, San Antonio was going to take control of the series and drag the finals into a grinding, physical dogfight. Karl-Anthony Towns stepped up to provide the structural anchor the Knicks desperately needed. While the backcourt struggled, Towns took over the first half, putting up 17 points and pulling down 7 rebounds in just 18 minutes on the floor. Rather than settling for outside jumpers, he drove hard into the paint. By forcing the issue inside and drawing fouls, he managed to stop the bleeding and keep New York within striking distance. His ability to shoot from the perimeter kept San Antonio's defense stretched. By hitting from the outside, Towns pulled Victor Wembanyama away from the rim, keeping the Spurs' towering star contained and limiting him to just 7 points in the half. This chart shows exactly when the momentum flipped. You can see the Spurs' early scoring surge flatline in the second quarter, while the Knicks' production spikes. New York outscored San Antonio 31-18 in those crucial 12 minutes to take the lead. By neutralizing the Spurs' size advantage and absorbing their early punch, Towns bought the Knicks a completely fresh start for the second half. Coming out of the locker room, Jalen Brunson refused to let his early shooting slump dictate the rest of his night. He shifted his strategy. Instead of forcing contested outside shots, Brunson started attacking the paint relentlessly. He threw his body into the defense to draw fouls, forcing the Spurs to collapse inward to stop his drives. When the defense collapsed, the perimeter opened up. Brunson's drives created wide-open kicking lanes for the Knicks' role players, providing Mikal Bridges the space to find his rhythm for a perfect streak of crucial three-pointers. New York settled into a high-efficiency inside-out rhythm, Towns commanding the paint and absorbing attention, while Brunson orchestrated the spacing from the perimeter. This 2-pronged attack exhausted the Spurs' defense. It proved the Knicks have enough weapons and adaptability to survive and win, even when their primary scorer has an off night. The result was a 105-95 Knicks victory, securing a commanding 2-0 series lead. That win extends New York's current playoff streak to an astonishing 12 consecutive victories. San Antonio is now staring down the barrel. If they lose Game 3, they fall into a 3-0 hole, a mathematical deficit no team in NBA history has ever overcome. Because of how they dismantled the Spurs' best punch on the road, the team now carries an aura of inevitability. The market is reacting to that momentum. As the series shifts to Madison Square Garden, the absolute cheapest secondary tickets are listed at $9,000, with prime seats soaring. The cultural gravity of Game 3 is pulling in VIPs and political figures, including the president, with Air Force One touching down ahead of tip-off. All of this hype is driven by one looming possibility: ending a grueling 53-year championship drought for the city of New York. Because Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson weathered the ultimate storm in Texas, they are heading home with the power to turn Game 3 into the most anticipated night in Madison Square Garden history.